When you do it, I'm putting tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to find out, but I think it's going to be tomorrow. She's yelling at me. Oh, the trash don't come to see it like this.
I'm happy to do that. We'll put that in your pocket. These are visual aids. I'll explain later. Good. This is my daughter, You know, I found an auditorium.
Now give him a kiss, Joe, because that makes the best video. Oh.
Jean is a great student.
Who told you that?
It's just common knowledge.
And you get, I'm not quite sure how far. We drove from here.
Would you like a drink?
Yes, I'm blessed. And I'm Southern Point. It was north of us. We're on our way to Victoria. Yeah, but I was kind of certain of it. And Adam was enough far from the Are you visiting? Oh, I see.
How about all four of you close together? I know.
What are you doing? Surviving? I understand you're about to pack out. You have already done it.
Not being posted with witness, I do want to find out.
She's the
How are you doing? Good.
My job, yeah.
People sign the indulge in
This is Bernadette, Denise, and this is Kenny. Hello, how do you do? And this is Brian. Hi, I'm afraid not much.
Possible. This is the reverse of the city bicycle. Please step to the front, folks. You know, kind of move to the front of the bus. Thank you. By the way, does everybody know? Cliff, would you hold your hand up, please? No, real high. Turn around so they can see. This is the father, a brand new father of twin girls. on in, folks. Please, move up closer.
Those in the circle here can move up a little closer.
Mr. Minister, I'm sure you'll lead the way.
That's all right if you're close to us. Actually, I told Joe Pierce that I was going around telling people to come inside. She's about to speak. I want to tell you what she said to me. So the one thing I will not do is ask her. My wife Mary and I would like to thank all of you for joining us this evening to say thank you and goodbye to David and Joe Pierce and their daughters. David has, for the last 2.5 years, served the United States government with distinction. He has brought a special honor to public service and a special respect for public servants. The Cape Town Consulate is a unique institution with unique responsibilities. For half of the year, it has regional responsibilities. For the other half of the year, it is an extension of the American Embassy in South Africa, and therefore has national and international responsibilities. David has performed admirably and effectively in each of these modes of operation. He has the kind of generous spirit that he simply does whatever it takes to get a task done. But in thanking David, I also want to thank each of you for the support that you have provided him. Each of you being the citizens of Cape Town, as well as the members of the staff of the consulate. For while he's been very effective in what he's done, I know that part of that is because of the support you've provided. So David, as the President's representative in South Africa, I want to say thank you. Thank you on behalf of the President. Thank you on behalf of your colleagues in the consulate and the embassy. Thank you on behalf of the American people. Thank you for the way in which you have managed the consulate. Thank you for your wise counsel. Thank you for your effective diplomacy. Thank you for the way in which you've represented the American people. Now, you notice I emphasized thank you and did not say goodbye. Some of the people may want to say goodbye, but I know that the world being as small as it is, that we'll probably see you again. And I hope it'll be in Cape Town, South Africa. So having said thank you and expressed appreciation of all of us for the wonderful job you, your wife, and your daughters have done in representing Americans, I now want to ask you if you'd like to say a word in behalf of you and your wife and daughters. Well, unless one of the daughters want to speak for their mother.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Thank you very much. It's always in the foreign service and the diplomatic service, and I suspect in business and other international business as well. Life is full of hellos and goodbyes. It's always exciting and it's always bittersweet. The good news is, well, the bad news is that you have to leave, you have to move on, and that you have a set of friends that you can't keep with you and around you all the time. The good news is, however, that you do get to see many of them again, and that you do come back, or they come back, or you see each other. And I have actually a perfect example in the room where she's busy shooting the camera right now. The ambassador was talking about teams. I would like to introduce someone from one of the first teams that I coached internationally. Jenny, would you put your hand up, please? Jenny Flayhive was 14 years old when I was coaching in Thailand and putting together the first international mixed swimming team. You want to talk about diverse, we had about 12 languages. It was amazing we could even communicate with each other at all. Jenny was one of the top swimmers, not only on the team, but in Southeast Asia at the time. And we've stayed in touch, very close touch for many years, and she and her husband Jim. Jim, are you here? Where's Jim? Where's Jim? Jim's in the back. The two of them were foolish enough to let Joe and I be the godparents of their older daughter, who is now, like her mother, a world-class breaststroke swimmer. And is 16 and driving, and we're
Can't believe
Safe to go
it.
back there. I want to echo what the ambassador said. This kind of life is an opportunity to meet absolutely fantastic, wonderful people and to learn from them. Both the people that you work with in where you are, in the offices and the jobs that you're doing, and that you work with and meet outside. Every one of you practically in this room is involved in fantastic things in this fantastic country. This is an amazing place, full of incredible opportunity that the new dispensations and the new arrangements that were negotiated and are still obviously being worked through have provided. I have said before, and I want to repeat the phrase because I think it's important. It's been an enormous privilege for all of us to be able to work in the Republic of South Africa at a time when it has launched itself on a path, the same path, a similar path that America and a number of other countries have followed. Almost as pilgrims on the road toward creating societies that trying to achieve real freedom, real justice, and real opportunity for everyone. And I want to thank all of you for your share and for your willingness to share your incredible work with us and let us be a little part of that. And thank you for all of that. When we go, we will go with great affection for what you're doing, great respect for what you've done already, and great affection for where you're going and interest in that. I hope we will maintain involvement in South African and Southern African affairs. I think it's been a marvelous time for all of us. Not without challenges, but then that's the way life is, isn't it? I want to say a couple things. I promised you I would explain the badges that I passed out, and if you didn't get a badge, you will. The badge, particularly the Atlanta one. There's a gentleman here. Where's Don? Don, are you here? Don Keene is back there. He's the representative of the state of Georgia. He is very happy that I'm passing out Atlanta badges for him. And if you need more, he's got a few. He'd be happy to give you. The reason I did this is because I came across this in the closing down of the Olympic bid. You know, when they kind of closed out their operations. And I found these pins, both the Atlanta pins and these pins with this marvelous African logo that has Cape Town featured so prominently. And it's not true, as the opponent said, that the bid was designed to put Cape Town in the red. That's not what it was. Trust me. In fact, I saw in the paper the other day. I saw in the paper just the other day, that I think it was the planning for the Olympics, the planning process for the Olympics, has accelerated. It's not just the funding that this secured and the interest that it secured, but it accelerated the process of planning and thinking through what Cape Town, what the greater Cape Town could look like and should look like in the next 20-some years. This is a process that we're going through with our family, with our kids, and as well, you know, and we've been reading books on careers, and there's a very interesting book titled, "If you don't know where you're going, you're probably not going to get there."
Right.
And I think, quite apart from the benefits of getting Cape Town on the map, and on CNN every day, which it has, which the bid has done, it has really caused people to think, Cape Townians, to think carefully about what this future could be in this marvelous place. And I was struck by this saying, it's not where, it's why. Why are you doing this? Why dream? Why dream about something if there's a risk you might not get it? You know, why compete? Why get involved? And I think the answer is, and I think most of us, if we think about it, if we think, you know, you could have asked the same question of Nelson Mandela, or Martin Luther King, or a whole bunch of, in fact, anybody who had a dream that didn't exist, but was involved in making it happen. Why get involved? Hey, you might fail. Yeah, you might. That's right. But if you reach for the stars, chances are you're not going to come up with a handful of dirt. And I think the experience that Cape Town has gone through, the experience that South Africa has gone through, is one that anybody who's been involved in sports anybody who's been involved in growth and development, anybody who's been involved with a family and seeing kids struggling with the same thing and parents trying to figure out, gee, what do I do now? Will understand that it's worth the effort to make the effort. Win or lose, the process of going through it has provided an enormous understanding and a consciousness, a sense of a real future that can be had. If not now, sometime in the future, maybe something completely different. But the work that's going into it, I think, will pay off for everybody. And I think that's why I was struck by this. It's a reminder, I think, to all of us that as we go through the daily routine, as we try to help each other out as teams, and that's how we do most of our work, isn't it, really? Not as Lone Rangers, but as teams. I've been delighted to be part of your team, Mr. Ambassador. And I have said this for some time, I'll say it again. I would like all the people in the consulate, embassy, USIS, USIS, the people in the, just put your hands up a minute. So that everybody, and those who were recently, we got a couple of retirees here, put that up too. I may be a retiree too soon, so please. This is an incredible team. They're wonderful people who think and act like a team. That's the only reason we've been able to survive the onslaught of hundreds of VVIP visitors. There's a lot more coming from us. And many of you in this room have helped us survive as well. Thank you for being a temporary part of our team when they descend on us.